I've had a really long day,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
So, what I want to talk about now are what are some environments that just help you unwind after a long day?
Mm-hmm.
Like for me, it's going out, sitting under the stars, just staring up and just letting it all go, you know?
Mm-hmm.
What kind of environments is it that actually helps you just unwind? Another one for me few weeks ago was at the fall retreat, the getaway.
Yeah, that's good.
Sitting on the end of the dock with the gentle crashing waves under the
That was
stars, cool breeze.
Yeah, I enjoyed that a
It
lot.
kind of just helped all the stress and the strain just go away.
Yeah, me and Trevor had some really good talks. Like, I love that stuff too.
So, what kind of environments or situations just help you guys unwind after you've had a long, long day?
Yeah, I think that for sure is my probably top one. Is just going out and in nature or just one on one with somebody and just kind of talking, and going like, hey, this is what's going on in my life. I just need to kind of get this off my chest, like de-stress, kind of unwind, pray about it, stuff like that. Like I do a lot of that. Like that's a big thing for me. But then also, I like to just go play video games. That's the escape for me too. Like Pokemon, the reason I love it so much is because it's this escape for me. Like
video games are.
And I can escape into this magical world of Pokemon. That there's the worst issues are two stupid guys that want to make the continent in the water but don't realize that doesn't work with both of them, and stuff like that. And it's like everybody's happy, and it's it's fun games, and it's I don't know, stuff like that. And like I that's why I always consistently go back to Pokemon. It's my favorite series, is because it's just this escape, and it always has been since I originally got Sapphire on my Game Boy.
Yeah.
I like video games like that too. I'm super introverted, so I hop on my computer and I'll throw up YouTube, like a playlist that I have of all like sweet video game music, or just songs I love, and just I'll listen to it.
Yeah.
I won't interact much with people.
Yeah.
Usually I have to be alone after a day's work, or hang out with lots of people. Like I said, I'm introverted, so I need alone time. That's kind of, it's a must for me. So I love that stuff. I like video games, obviously. So sit in the basement alone, hop into a video game I'm in or something, and just let myself focus on that.
Just get immersed in the world of it.
It's great. If I have nice earphones, that's all I hear. Everything's blocked out.
Yep.
I like sitting in nature too. It's cool. I love bonfires.
Yes.
Yeah, those
If
are
I'm
great.
if I have some buds around or whatever, and just chilling, talking. Perfect atmosphere, like temperature. I love it when it's cold out. So fire's great.
That reminds me, we have a ton of wood that we got to burn here. So if you guys want to get together some night
I'm down,
and
dude.
have a fire in the backyard,
I love bonfires.
let's do
Speaking
it.
of Dan liking the cold, this man had sweatpants on, and before we left his house, he's like, "I'm gonna put shorts on quick." I'm like,
I mean, it's not that bad out right now.
It's nice out, dude.
I don't know. Maybe it's just because I'm sick and everything's colder.
Yeah,
You're a
you.
weenie.
But pretty sure I got a really bad fever right
Dude,
now.
when we drove to my house, like, was it Friday night?
Dude, I was freezing.
You were shivering in my car, dude. Like, visibly, like, shaking like an icicle. It was crazy.
Logan knows how cold I like it because the whole road trip back from Georgia, he's like,
See, I like it hot. I
I
just
like it
burning
cold,
up.
so-
And that's probably just because
I'm a sweater.
I grew up in
can't.
that.
yeah.
And I'm not like I wear, fuzzy sweaters. I sweat.
No, yeah,
I'm in the same boat.
I think it's
Yep.
just I was born in the heat and like I enjoy it more. Like I feel like I can get colder quicker, and I think
I like the cold.
also it doesn't help
Yeah.
that I haven't had like an Iowa winter in over a year because I moved down to
Welcome
Georgia.
back, sir.
So-
Come back.
enjoy.
Like this is the absolute coldest it
It's
would have
not even
gotten.
winter yet. It's fall, dude.
Yeah,
I know.
This is like beautiful.
wet.
Well, like this is like the absolute coldest it would have gotten down there. Like I think it got like probably this low maybe once
Yeah.
last year.
Let's see, it's
Those
36 out
people.
right now according to this, and
Yeah.
that's like ideal.
But like the thing about it is like the wind is the killer. Like I've noticed that.
How Midwestern?
I would say that's the most
It's not actually
Midwestern
cold,
thing.
It's really the wind that really hurts.
Well, it
you.
really is because like I've noticed that as I've like
What a
started.
stereotype that's true.
It's true.
It is because like as I've worked at the school, like we do recess outside, and I'm like walking out there. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's so cold. Immediately turning my back to the wind because it's always coming like towards the building. So I turn my back to the wind. I'm like, not as bad anymore.
Right?
And it's
How you
like
do it.
literally it's just the wind. It's
Shorts
Yeah.
and a hoodie.
abysmal up here.
Perfect.
Dude, that's ideal, yeah. An environment I always fall back on, I guess, after, if I just need to like get away or do anything, is just driving. I'll just hop there's been nights I put over 100 miles on my car because I'll just drive around. I'll go up to Interstate 90 and I'll just like take that a while, come back in, take the back roads back home. You know, there's been a few nights where I have put over 100 miles on just going out and just listen to music, driving the road. There's no other cars out because it's like 2 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning. You know, there's nobody out, and just being able to relax that way.
Yeah, I like that too. It's just gas prices aren't cheap right now. So
Yeah, that's
Honestly,
rough.
I've hit the point like there's some nights where I don't care how much it costs in gas. Like I'll just do it just because I need to get out. You know, I hate being cooped inside for too long. Like I just can't do anything. Like I want to go out and do things, which is why I, you know, for those of you that know, I travel this year quite a bit. I've gone to the East Coast a couple times, flown down to Atlanta, helped him move.
Yep.
Went to California, helped my cousin move, drove across the country. Then like I love doing that. Like that stuff's fun to me.
it is fun.
Sure.
And so like long road trips, those are always great. Just getting out, you know, driving for a few hours, listening to music where it's just you and nobody else is always good. Otherwise, another thing I like doing as well, and I haven't done it in a while, is photography. Like just taking a camera out and trying to find, you know, at night, getting some good star shots. Like doing astrophotography stuff is always really fun as well, and just seeing what you can do with that. And I feel like the video game thing would have been true for me, you know, a few years ago, but now that
You gotta do it off stream.
I do it every single night, like I don't like playing games off stream anymore, because I do it so much. I do it so much on stream, and I do it every night, you know, for 6 hours. Like I don't want to sit down and, you know.
Like
do
we
it
did-
more during
like
the
we
day.
said a couple weeks back, you gotta do it off stream. You gotta do it a single player game you don't play on stream.
Yeah.
Something you haven't played, you want to play, or something you have and you want to go back to it or something, you know.
Yeah.
And just immerse yourself in it.
Yeah.
And that'll get your love for that kind of stuff back.
Which is what I plan on doing. You know the game. It's a newer one. It Takes Two.
Yeah.
It's a co-op game. I plan on playing that with Marissa at some point this week, like just off stream, like just relax, and you know we have plans to do that. But I don't know. I try my best almost to not play games off stream at this point, because it hits the point where, you know, I do it for 6 to 8 hours a night. So getting out and driving and just, you know, going out and just sitting by the lake like you guys were talking about, you know, and just not being around people when I go out, but just going out and finding the nice quiet spots, you know, like those are always great.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
Yeah.
I'd be stressed a little bit this weekend, playing some Final Fantasy with
Yes,
the boys.
that was awesome. Great weekend.
That was awesome. Have to do it again sometime.
I know.
Yeah, that's another thing that
Yeah.
gets it for me is like nostalgic games, I guess.
Yeah.
Like things I used to
Going
play
back
a
to the
lot.
love of the past.
I think we need to do this again, and after we beat Final Fantasy VIII, I gotta get you guys to play Earthbound.
Yeah.
That's gotta be it. Because you guys have gotten me hooked on Final Fantasy. I'm about to get you hooked on a great game.
With how often he talks about it, I can tell that's like his all-time favorite
It's
game.
literally so good. It's amazing.
It's funny. I've never heard of it if it weren't for him. Like
I've heard of it.
Oh, I've heard of it
I
before.
haven't
Never
heard of
played
it.
though.
It's
A
amazing.
friend of mine from high school named,
I
I'm not sure
wasn't
if you ever...
super into the kind of 8-bit kind of stuff, so.
Uh-huh.
I had a
Yeah.
friend in high school who was obsessed with Earthbound as well. So
It did bad because the marketing was just... It was a really good plan, but, like, it was an inside thing, so, like, nobody understood it. Like, literally, the player's guide for it that comes with the game says this game stinks. And because there's a lot of, like... humor like that, like smell humor, and, like, there's a boss in the game called Dr. Belch, or Mr. Belch, or whatever, and he's just basically a giant pile of puke. And, like, just stuff like that. Like, it's... And so, like, people saw that and was like, why would I buy this game? They're saying it stinks. Like, and so it didn't do good.
It's a game from a real creative, and a lot of stuff like that's truly artistic and creative like that, people don't like it because it's not for the masses.
Yeah.
The masses are mundane and don't want that stuff.
Conker's Bad Fur Day.
So actual quality
that.
stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
Conker's is funny, man.
It was definitely
This-
interesting in back in the day because it was definitely a more mature
Yeah.
game than what was normally released by that kind of stuff.
Wesson, you're looking at me like I'm crazy, but the Great Mighty Pooh, let's be real. It's a beautiful boss fight.
Is it though?
Yes.
Is it?
Yes, it absolutely is. It's a great boss fight.
How can you bring that up in a conversation with actual like artistic games?
He talked about a pile of puke.
It's done well though.
It's done.
So is the Great Mighty Pooh.
I don't know.
He sings.
Yeah, I don't know. Earthbound just does it more tastefully, I think. Like, a lot of the humor in that game is like, it is kind of that poop and pee humor, but it's like kind of
done so tasteful. You're right.
It's done in a way that's like actually funny, and it makes sense for the world. Like, it's not just this, oh look, he's puke. Like, they don't sit on it for long. Like, he's just like, you literally go in the sewers, and because something's going on in this town, and you just go in the sewers, and he's like, oh, he's there, and he's like, oh, it's gross. Like, there's not like, they don't hover on the fact that he's a pile of puke,
Interesting.
But
Interesting.
that's a really good game. There's a lot of funny elements in it. I mean, a lot of localization stuff they had to change because there's like a cult in the game that looks too much like the KKK, so they had to put like Santa hats on them instead of like the, because they had like hoods. They're called the I can't even think of it now. It's been so long. The blue, like they're blue cult, and they're all blue, like they're obsessed with blue, and they paint everything blue. Happyism is what it's called.
I just think of the song, Blue.
Yeah, no, I do too. Exactly.
Blue,
so like literally, it's just the original Japanese sprites. Sadly, looked like just all blue KKK members, and so they had to change it in the West to take off the H's on their forehead and then put like a Santa ball on their hat. Because
Is it blue?
It's white. It's a white ball.
What?
Unacceptable.
But yeah,
Defeats the purpose.
like the whole plot of that is like they're this crazy like cult that like is obsessed with being happy and painting things blue. Like there's one cow in the town and they paint it blue, and the cow's like, why did you guys paint me blue? Like he's like self-aware and stuff because Ness can talk to animals because he's like psychic, and the cow's like, yeah, they painted me blue. Like this is weird. Like stuff like that. Like it's so funny.
That sounds so weird.
But
I mean, it sounds great, but it sounds so weird.
It's a great game.
Yeah.
And it was done in a time where like is very unique too. Like a lot of JRPGs at the time were like Final Fantasy, like Dragon Quest, like more medieval style games, and this one was set in like urban America, and it was like this kind of crazy new take on JRPGs, and it's really good.
And I know you've answered this before. Is it on the emulator for the Switch?
Sadly, no.
It's not. Okay.
That's one of the things I'm super
Will
ticked
it
about.
ever
Okay.
be?
Probably not.
Probably not.
Since they've done N64, I doubt it. I really hope so, but I don't know why. Honestly, like Nintendo has always kind of crapped on Earthbound and the Mother franchise. They've really neglected to do it justice. Yeah, there you go.
Terraria put the.
Yeah, so that's the original sprite. It looks the
Oh my
HH on
God.
the hat.
That does look
And
like
then
the.
they had to change it in the West, take the HH off, and the Santa ball, put it on there.
That's actually fantastic.
And literally, like, another reason the games are super hard to localize is because they use a lot of, like, samples of music.
Yeah.
Like, the first boss fight in the game, his name's Frank. He's, like, a gang leader in the town. And it uses Johnny Be Good as, like, the first part of it. And, like, there's a lot of songs throughout that are
How do
sampled.
they have rights to all this stuff?
They don't. That's the thing. That's the reason why it took a while for it to get localized, and that's the reason why only Earthbound is in the U.S. and Mother 1 and 3 are stuck in. Well, Mother 3 for other reasons, but a big reason is because they sample music, and then they had a ton of trouble trying to get the rights to those songs to use them. So, but it's actually really funny.
Seems like a really good idea. Just was not executed smartly
Well,
from the creators.
well, I think the idea was it did really well in Japan.
Sure.
Because, and I think this is kind of where Nintendo didn't realize the global aspect of it, because Shigeru Itoi actually is a huge, like, celebrity in Japan.
Yeah.
Like, he's an actor. I think he directed movies, he wrote books, stuff like
It's
that.
a different culture. Though.
Like, he was super big in Japan. So, Nintendo's like, oh, this guy's huge. If he wants to make a weird game, we'll just do it, and we'll do it however he wants to do it. And so they did it, and then didn't realize, oh, he doesn't have the same name that he does outside Japan. Like, this guy is the, Ryan Reynolds or your Hugh Jackman of Japan, but nobody else knows, like, that he is that.
It's a different culture too. Like greed is much more prevalent in our side of the world.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like it's less. I'm not saying it's not prevalent over there, but like it's less honor based.
Yeah.
So you see something. Oh, that's my music. I need rights, or I need royalties to
Yeah.
pay me, or I'm suing the crap out of you.
Yeah,
that's
like
what you get when you come over here. So.
with like YouTube videos and stuff too. Like there could be a vlogger that walks by a restaurant and that restaurant's has a radio station on.
Yeah,
But because 2
That should-
seconds of a song
So
got
dumb.
put in the background of their vlog, that record label files a claim, and then
Stupid.
they get 100% of the revenue.
Well,
from that
it's
video.
actually funny that you bring that up too, because so Earthbound actually had a huge incident this year with its soundtrack. A lot of Let's Plays and a lot of YouTubers that used or like play the game and stuff got their videos taken down and striked because for some stupid reason the original soundtrack Sony published it. So then Sony went through this year and it's like system or whatever copyright all those because it was in their system. It was in Sony's like log of music. So it copyright any music that was from the game. So if you played the game on a YouTube series, if you did like like the completionist does his videos where he like talks about the game and he played any of the music in that, stuff like that got taken down. So yeah, that was a big thing that happened this year. Luckily they got it, or thankfully they got it fixed. Like Let's Players like Chuka Conroy, who started his channel on that game, like he got those videos put back up thanks to some other big YouTubers that had some contacts with Nintendo and Sony and stuff, and they kind of worked it out. It sounds like it was a just algorithm thing.
Crap. You
but
can't leave that stuff.
No, you can't.
So really can't.
Yeah, but it's just really weird how that got passed, like for how many years, and like now Sony's algorithm's detecting Earthbound music as theirs, and it's not even their music. It's just they published the CD that came out in the 90s.
That could be a topic I think for next week too. Is like the DMCA needs to be rewritten.
How garbage it is.
Oh, it's
Yeah,
terrible.
that would be
The
a
whole
fun one to
idea
go
is
into
just
for next
stupid,
week.
like,
Mm-hmm.
Like I understood
2
what
seconds of song should get 2 seconds of the revenue. Only on that little 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's it.
See, I agree with that, but like it started out, back when it was written in 1998 as a decent idea, because I mean that's when everyone's using LimeWire or whatever to download songs illegally. Like that portion of it makes sense.
Yeah.
But now we've hit the point where
Music's just out there.
if let's say because even for when I was in Atlanta and I was vlogging and I put 10 seconds of a song as a joke into the video and it got flagged, like it got a copyright thing on it. I'm like, okay, whatever. Like I don't make money on it anyways, so I don't care. But the fact that you can't even do things as a meme like for 10 seconds
and like
is
the
like,
worst
are you
part
kidding
about that
me?
is like obviously like you did an Andominio song, like I guarantee Andominio wouldn't care. If anything, he probably think it's funny.
Oh yeah.
But it's not his call. Even though he wrote the
the
song
record
and it's
label.
his music, he doesn't make the call. It's the record label.
Yeah.
You'd be hard pressed to find any much more greedy people than record.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
exactly.
that's a whole topic. Actually, that might be my topic for next week.
I'm down
Is
to talk
the
about that.
DMC. I'll look into more DMCA things and kind of read up on it to know more about it. But I feel like we are getting down away from Weston's topic way too far.
Sorry, yeah, I kind of went on about Earthbound.
No, it's fine.
That game.
That happens a lot with Logan.
Oh, I mean, it's fine. It's just I feel like
No, it was good.
what helps you relax. I hate DMCA. Like I
That's
just.
just what doesn't help me relax.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
So I feel like we should either get back on topic with that or if you guys have anything else to
I
add.
don't really have much
I don't
else to
have
say.
much more.
I was gonna say I
kinda
don't
said
think there's
mine.
much more to say. So
Yeah.
Okay.
I was trying to end us on a nice, light, gentle topic.
Yeah, that
so
was good.
Oh yeah.
Moral of the story: play Earthbound. That's my moral every time.
I mean, hey, if it helps you relax, then it helps you relax.